brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now back to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time. But...
yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Back to throw, and that's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Tannehill. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Jonathan Bullard able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Oh, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having earned much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was 1st and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. A give to Howard. And some room to roam now. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They're going to look to throw. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now McKinnon. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Jerick McKinnon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. This is Howard on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, standing just outside his own goal line. And taken right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know. We know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers add on to their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And he fires one incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Onto the field now come the Bears. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Running with Howard. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On play action, they'll throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run here with Ingram. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. 3 points is not ideal. It's not what they want, but it's still only the first half. Take the 3 points and move on.
And Gold is able to put it through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Gonna let one fly for Robinson, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence. that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Chicago. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. The 49ers offense now, they worked their way back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bag.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Tannehill. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 79 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Gold now out to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now this time he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Escapes the defender. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This an easy one, 23-yarder. And Gold is able to put it through. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, 98 yards. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Now Gold for the extra point. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They pitch out to Howard. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
On 3rd and goal, Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. Parkey adds the extra point, and the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go. Here. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now Tannehill. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to throw, Tannehill. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. To throw is Tannehill. Going for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And all the way down to the 29. It's a big-time run by Jordan Howard. 46 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's going to float this one deep right. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And that one results in 35 yards. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Watch it now, Barney.
On first and goal, Howard. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They come out here in the I. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears get a bit closer. Parkey with the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, blitz coming, and down he goes. Danny Trevathan leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Tannehill. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. Yeah, great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the 1st. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Right back to him on 1st down. And some space here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Tannehill. He'll rifle this one deep. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. This quarterback now just 6 of 15 through the air. Not good, but 1st and 10 here. They'll drop the throw. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
All right, here we go.
They'll look to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Being chased out left. He lost 6 there on the first down play. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. C.J. Mosley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll make a small dent in that big deficit as it's down to 27. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player or broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... You know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
as the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their 2nd meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Tannehill now to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. They're down big here late. I don't know, you just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They're going to look to throw. It fights him off. Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Robert Quinn able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The Bears on 3rd down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Gun!
They'll set up a throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Gun! Here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.